The big thing we run into as we dealt with foiling is not using that squared correctly. Now if we think about it, 4 squared is, what that we mean by that is 4 times 4, which, yes, equals 16. Now thinking about that, the square root of 16 is 4. Likewise, x cubed squared means x cubed times x cubed, which is x to the 6th, because this is x times x times x times x times x times x, which when we count that up we have 6 x's. So that means that x to the 6th, the square root of it, is x cubed, which means that if we're square rooting it, we're going to take that exponent, we're going to divide it in half, divide by 2. So that being said, if we take a look at a couple of examples, our first one is 400 m squared n to the 4th. Square root of 400, I know that the square root of 4 is 2, and these 2 zeros cut it in half, and I need one of them. And the square root of m squared is, it's m times m to get m squared, so therefore the square root of m squared is m. And n to the 4th, we're going to divide that 4 in half and get n squared. And if I check it out and were to go back and square that and take 20 m n squared times 20 m n squared, I would get 20 times 20, which is 400, because 2 times 2 is 4, add the 2 zeros. M times m is m squared, and n squared times n squared is n to the 4th. So I know it checks out. Taking a look at the next one, square root of 1600 v to the 8th w to the 16th. Starting with 1600, I know that the square root of 16 is 4. And it has 2 zeros, so I'm going to take half of them, which means I have a 0 down here, so 1600 is 40 squared. Then I have y to the 8th. Half, or square root of y to the 8th is going to be y to the 4th, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. And w to the 16th is going to become w to the 8th, because 16 divided by 2 is 8. And then our last example is the square root of 81 x to the 20th y to the 24th. I know that the square root of 81 is 9, because 9 times 9 is 81. X to the 20th, I know that the square root of that is x to the 10th, because half of 20 is 10. And y to the 24th, the square root of that is y to the 12th, because half of 24 is 12. Your job now is to try these 3 try problems and bring them to class with you tomorrow, along with your questions and having filled out the form.